So good afternoon, dear students. So this is the mock NEET paper, which you can also utilize it for KCET also. So it concerns mostly with zoology questions. So the mock paper. So the first question that we have is, which of the following correctly depicts the dental formula of a child? So which of the following correctly depicts the dental formula of a child? So which is the correct one? So dental formula in a child. So it would be, is it A, B, C, or D? Is it 2102 or is it 2120, 2123? Okay. So it would be the answer for this part of it. So what is the answer for this 91st one? So the it should be totally 5. You know that. Is it 2102 or 2120? The answer is, anyone would like to guess what the answer is? Okay. So it would be 2102. So there are 0 premolars and 2 molars. So the wisdom teeth is formed later. So it doesn't matter. I'll also be recording and sharing the session. So if your network issues are there, doesn't matter. So which of the following correctly depicts the dental formula of a child? So it would be the 2102. Okay. So read the following statements and correctly select the correct option. Statement 1. So the blood sugar level falls rapidly after hepatectomy. The glycogen of the liver is the principal source of blood sugar. So read the following statements and we have to select the correct option for this. So which is the correct option? Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1, or is it both statement 1 and 2 are correct but statement 2 is not the correct explanation of statement 1, or is it the option that statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct? So both statements 1 and 2 are incorrect. So which of the statement is the correct answer for this part of it? So the answer would be the C1. So statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct. Okay. See, majorly the blood sugar in the liver, it would be 100 grams. In muscles, it would be 400 grams. So the glycogen of the liver is the principal source of blood sugar. That statement 2 is correct, but statement 1 is wrong. That blood sugar level falls rapidly. So that is wrong aspect of it. So C is the correct statement. Okay, next one, 93rd question. Match the column 1 with column 2 cells and select the correct option from the codes given below. See, peptic cells, what do they secrete? Oxantic cells, goblet cells. So you have to identify this options. Okay, so the correct option for this statement, peptic cells, oxantic cells, goblet cells, is the D is the correct option. So why is it D? So one part itself, it gives you goblet cells is very easy to remember. Goblet cells secretes mucus. Okay, C is one, only one option comes in the D answer. So A is 3. So peptic cells secrete proenzymes. Oxantic cells secrete HCl. Goblet cells secrete mucus. So D is the correct option for the 93rd question. So even though in the, I told you the first one, the answer key, it is given as B, but it is wrong. So it is 2102. Okay. So the premolars are 0 and molars are 2 in case of the dental formula of a child. So first option is correct. Okay. Then 94th question, the production of gastrointestinal secretions and movement soon after ingestion of food are brought about by. So what brings about this part of the activity? Is it the central nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, or is it parasympathetic nervous system or peripheral nervous system? So what is responsible for this movement of it? So it is the parasympathetic nervous system brings about the production of gastrointestinal secretion and movement soon after the ingestion of food. So it is the parasympathetic nervous system. So the answer is parasympathetic nervous system. So 95th question, the site of action and substrate of renin are respectively. Is it mouth and starch, small intestine and protein, stomach and casein, or stomach and fat? So the site of action and substrate of the action and substrate of renin are respectively. So it's not mouth and starch. The site of action and substrate of renin are respectively. So the stomach and casein is the correct answer for it. So the stomach, it is there, the renin, and casein is secreted for the digestion of. Okay. So 95th, the answer is the stomach and casein. 96th, which of the following is the function of enterogastron? It inhibits the secretion of gastric juice. It stimulates the secretion of digestive juices in the stomach. It stimulates the flow of pancreatic juice. It regulates the flow of bile. So, which of the following is function of this enterogastron? So, what is the function of this enterogastron? So, it is going to be the 96th. The right answer is the first one. So it inhibits the secretion of gastric juice. So the function of enterogastron is it inhibits the secretion of gastric juice. Okay. So remember about this inhibition of secretion of gastric juice is by this particular enterogastron. So A is the answer, 96th. 97th, the enzyme enterokinase helps in the conversion of casinogen into casein, trypsinogen into trypsin, pepsinogen into pepsin, proteins into polypeptides. So the enzyme enterokinase helps in the conversion of trypsinogen into trypsin. So the answer is trypsinogen into trypsin. Okay. So the 98th question. So the during prolonged fasting, during prolonged fasting, in what sequence are the following organic compounds used up by the body? Okay, first carbohydrates, next fats, and lastly proteins. So during prolonged fasting, so this first choice itself is a correct sequence. First carbohydrates are going to be utilized, next fats are going to be used, and lastly proteins are going to be utilized by the body, okay, during prolonged fasting. So A is the correct answer. First carbohydrates, next fats, and lastly proteins. So 99th question, which one of the following is the correct matching of the site of action, the site of action on the given substrate, the enzyme acting upon it, and the end product? So is it small intestine where it is proteins are going to form amino acids? So they have given site of action on the given substrate, the enzyme acting upon it, and the end product. All this should be correct. So you have to identify the correct matching for these four options. Okay. So small intestine proteins, pepsin, amino acids, that is wrong. Stomach fats, lipase, micellase, that doesn't happen in the stomach. This is also wrong. Duodenum triglycerides in presence of trypsin, they form monoglycerides. This is also wrong. Small intestine starch, alpha amylase, so they are going to form disaccharide maltose. Yes, it is very true. So the pancreatic enzyme, pancreatic amylase, is going to break down starch into maltose. So small intestine, the D is the correct answer. 99th, D is the correct answer. Okay, so I just told you that. So D is the correct answer. Next one, what will happen? So 99, small intestine starch is converted into disaccharide. This is the correct answer. 100, what will happen if the secretion of parietal cells of gastric glands is blocked with an inhibitor? So you have to assume that if the gastric glands, parietal cells of gastric glands is blocked with an inhibitor to prevent the secretions, so what would be the outcome of this? Okay, in the absence of HCl secretion, pepsinogen is not converted into the active enzyme pepsin. So enterokinase will not be released from the duodenal mucosa, and so trypsinogen is not converted to trypsin. Gastric juice will be deficient in chymosin. Gastric juice will be deficient in pepsinogen. So in the if the secretion of parietal cells of gastric glands is blocked with an inhibitor, so there is no HCl secretion. In the absence of HCl secretion, so pepsinogen is not converted into the active enzyme pepsin. So A is the correct option for it. So there is, in the absence of HCl secretion, inactive pepsinogen is not converted into active pepsin. So 100, A is the answer. 101 question. A young infant may be feeding entirely on mother's milk, which is white in color, but the stools with the infant passed out is quite yellowish. The yellow color of stool is due to bile pigments passed through bile juice, undigested milk protein casein, pancreatic juice poured into duodenum, intestinal juice. So this is a very easy answer. It is bile pigments passed through bile juice. So 101, A is the answer. So next question, 102. So which of the following statement is true regarding digestion and absorption of food in humans? Okay. Fructose and amino acids are absorbed through intestinal mucosa with the help of carrier ions like sodium ion, or is it the chylomicrons are small lipoprotein particles that are transported from intestine into blood capillaries. About 60% of starch is hydrolyzed by the salivary amylase in our mouth. Oxyntic cells in our stomach secrete the proenzyme pepsinogen. So, which of the following statement is true regarding digestion and absorption of food? So, both the statements should be correct. Okay. So, the 102, the correct answer for this is the first choice. Fructose and amino acids are absorbed through the intestinal mucosa with the help of carrier ions like sodium ions. So the first option is correct for 102. So the first option is correct for the 102 question. So dear students, don't worry about it. I'll be sharing the recorded class also through Classroom and through the WhatsApp. So you need not have to worry for it. Okay, dear students. So I was just discussing about that digestion questions, isn't it? Next part of it is 102. I told you fructose and amino acids. So next 103. Which one of the following pairs of food common components in human reaches the stomach totally undigested? Starch and fat and cellulose, starch and cellulose, protein and starch. So which of them is completely undigested? See, in mouth, starch is digested. So, but fat is not digested. Partial digestion of starch takes place. So the other options like starch, wherever it is there, that is ruled out. So fat and cellulose reaches the stomach totally undigested. So B is the option for 103. So the 103B is the option. So 104, which one of the following pairs of the kinds of cells and their secretion is correctly matched? Okay, oxyntic cells, a secretion with pH between 2 and 3. So HCl it secretes. So the oxyntic cells, a secretion with pH between, it is acidic in nature. So this itself is a correct combination. So the kinds of cells and their secretion is correctly matched. Oxyntic cells, a secretion with pH between 2 and 3 is the correct answer for the 104th question. 105th. So the options they have given the match the following questions. So Vancouver cells. So liver sinusoids, you find this Vancouver cells, you find it in the liver sinusoids. So if you study the anatomy of liver, so you are going to see there the liver sinusoids. Beta cells are present in islets of Langerhans of pancreas. So islets of Langerhans, beta cells. So yes, first one. So A is 2, B is 1. Oxyntic cells, so they are present in the stomach. Okay, so 2, 1, 4. Paneth cells, small intestine. So D option is correct for 105. The D option is correct. Okay, Paneth cells in small intestine. So 104. So the Vancouver cells in liver sinusoids, beta cells in highlights of Langerhans, oxyntic cells in stomach, Paneth cells in small intestine. So these are the correct option. So 105 D is the correct option. The lining of intestinal wall from outside to intestine is made up of. Okay, so I remember it as SMS MP. So serosa, muscularis, externa. Then you have this mucosa and submucosa. So the 106, the correct option of this arrangement is first is longitudinal muscles, second is circular muscles. From outside to inside it is. Then SMS, so muscularis is over. Serosa they have not given, so we need not worry about it. So muscularis externa, they are of two types. First outer part is longitudinal muscles, inter is circular muscles. SMS I told you. The next S is submucosa, mucosa, then plicae and villi. So B option is correct because the longitudinal muscles are first. Interior to that is the circular muscles. Interior to circular muscle is submucosa and finally mucosa. So remember this code word SMSMP, where S stands for serosa, M stands for muscularis externa, which has longitudinal muscles and circular muscles. Another S is submucosa, and MP is mucosa and plicae and villi. So B is the correct answer for 106. So refer the given flow chart. So milk casein is Y, paracasein it forms. So from paracasein they are going to form the, so milk casein they are going to form the uh, question that we are discussing now is the 107 question. Okay, so the 107 milk casein. So renin is going to form it as paracasein. Okay, and from paracasein they require this calcium ion to become calcium paracasinate. So calcium. So renin and calcium ions. So the correct combination is milk casein. So Y denotes rennet and Z denotes calcium ions. So 107 A is the correct options. So you might have studied about digestion of milk. Okay. So the next one is 108. Secretin stimulates enzyme secretion by pancreas. This is wrong aspect of it. So secretin stimulates gallbladder, inhibits acid secretion in stomach, stimulates bicarbonate secretion by pancreas. So the 108 answer is D. So D is the answer where secretin stimulates gallbladder. It inhibits acid secretion in stomach. Secretin stops the secretion, acid secretion in stomach. Secretin stimulates bicarbonate secretion by pancreas. So D is the correct option for 108. So 109, in which of the following order the process of digestion proceeds? In what order the digestion proceeds? Okay. So the digestion is ingestion. First is intake of food. Digestion happens. After digestion of food, they are absorbed. Absorption of food, they are assimilated. And finally, there is digestion. So D option is the correct sequence of digestion process. Ingestion, intake of food, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and digestion. So D is the correct option. So the 110th, you have to label the diagram of it. Okay. So F, what does it represents, and A, what it represents. So F is rectum. So the wherever you find that, okay, F is cecum, they have given sigmoid colon, they have given. So let us understand the labeling of A, B, C, D, E, and F in this diagram of uh, intestine, large intestine of man. So the correct sequence of labeling for this is, see, A is cecum, B is this appendix, vermiform appendix, C is ascending colon, D is transverse colon, E is descending colon, F is sigmoid colon. So they take the shape of sigmoid. So sigmoid colon. So they have not used the term rectum. So they have given sigmoid colon. So F is sigmoid colon. So the correct sequence of labeling is 110. A is the correct sequence of labeling. So the A is cecum. This is vermiform appendix. So the ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, then sigmoid colon. F is sigmoid colon. So A is the correct answer, 110. So the 111th question. So the backflow of fecal matter. So the backflow of fecal matter in the large intestine is prevented by the presence of, is it epiglottis? Epiglottis is not in the large intestine. So it is windpipe, it closes there. So sphincter of Oddi, ileocecal valve, gastroesophageal sphincter. So the backflow of fecal matter in the large intestine is prevented by the presence of ileocecal valve. So it is by the presence of ileocecal valve. So the C is the correct answer. Okay. 112th.
Sir,
Yes, ma.
sir, this is not our paper, sir.
Huh?
This is not our test paper, sir.
Okay. But yours is part test, isn't it?
No, sir, ours is grand test, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. So are you able to attend online, or are you having some issues?
No, now we
So
took
shall,
our phone, sir.
okay, is it fine? Should I continue with this, and or shall I start it later?
Your wish, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, doesn't matter. So I'll just get back to this. So 112, fine. So we'll stop this session and start with the grand test.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.